The comfort zone is where our dreams die. It's a very popular cliche kind of thing, but it's very true. Comfort kills progress. And if you're not progressing and moving towards your dreams and your goals, then you're never going to achieve them. And I want to share a personal story, not just preach to you guys about what you should do, but I want to share a personal story about how this has been true in my life recently, or how this has been experienced in my life recently. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dylan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. And I'll just get right into it. So recently, over the last, I don't know, couple of months or so, I have been wanting to focus more on content creation. There's just this pull, this drive within me to share myself and share my wisdom, experience with the world, maybe help other people in the process, like you. And I've been inconsistent with it, to say the least. I haven't posted on YouTube here in a while, but I've been inconsistent on my Instagram. I want to post content. I would know, because I know I can help people. I know that I have a lot of value to offer, and I know that it's just something that I'm being called to do. But I have been letting the consumption of content overtake the creation of it for me. And how that has affected me mentally. Now, maybe if you don't necessarily relate to content creation or anything, you have a dream. Whoever is watching this, you have some dream of some kind. Whether it's to start a business, whether it's to have a family, or a combination of that, or maybe you want to go be a professional sports player, or whatever it is, a musician. It doesn't matter what your dream is. I just know that you have a dream. Well, it does matter, but I know that you have a dream. And when you are working towards your dream, so let's just use the musician as an example. If you're practicing the guitar or the piano or the drums or singing or a combination of them, regardless of if you feel like it or not, when you sit down or stand and you go practice, when you're done, you feel good, you feel fulfilled, you feel satisfied, you feel happy with yourself, self-concept, your self-esteem goes up. It just makes so many things in your life feel better because you feel better about yourself. Makes so many things in your life feel smoother because you feel better about yourself. And now this goes back, like ties into self-concept, which I'll make another video about that. I already made some videos about it, but I'll make some more in the future because it's a very important thing in my opinion. Anyways, I don't want to get on a tangent too much. The main thing I wanted to share with you guys in this video is that I've had a goal of content creation, being consistent with it, like posting multiple times a week, every single week. And I have not been doing that. And over the last, really specifically the last couple of weeks, but even the last couple of like month or two of me being inconsistent when I know it's something that I want to do, I know it's something that is calling me to do it, has affected my self-esteem. It has affected my self-concept, the way that I look at myself. And that has affected the input, meaning how much effort I put into creating content. It's affected my mental health, my emotional health. It's gotten me into cycles of binge watching content that has nothing to do with what I want to do. It's just entertainment, you know? And I want to say there's nothing wrong with entertainment. You know, I like watching movies, Netflix shows, stuff like that. Using social media, it's not inherently unhealthy, but it's the way you use it and the reason that you use it. And I've caught myself spending too much time watching TV shows, spending too much time on my phone, on social media, consuming stuff, not creating. And I have observed what it has done to my mental and my emotional health. My physical discipline has been on point. I eat well. I go to the gym 4 times a week, 5 times, depends on the week, 3 to 5 times a week, and depends on my work. That has been locked in discipline for a long time now. But it's this mental, my attention, you know, it gets grabbed by the social media. I go on there to try to post something and then I just get lost in scrolling for 30 minutes. Or I sit down and I think about how I want to start a business, but then I watch, 2, 3 episodes of a TV show. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but because I have this pull and this drive and this bigger dream for myself, staying inside of the comfort zone, which if you're just sitting there on the couch or on your bed or wherever you are, scrolling on your phone or watching TV, it's comfortable. It's very easy, like you don't have to worry about anything. It's very passive. You're just consuming. You're not actively thinking, actively using your brain or your body. And so it's very passive, and it leads to more passivity over time. The more you stay in your comfort zone, the more you want to stay in your comfort zone, and the less you want to get out, and the harder it is for you to break out of it. And I've been experiencing that. And so this is me breaking out of my comfort zone some and doing what I want to do and sharing with you guys. Like, honestly, my mental health has not been the best over the last month or so, a couple of weeks more so, because of this reason, because of exactly what I'm sharing with you guys. Because I have these visions, these goals, these dreams for myself, and I know I want to do them, and I know I have value to provide some of you out there, but I haven't been doing it. I haven't been showing up. I haven't been disciplined enough. And it has affected, as I was saying, it has affected my mental and my emotional health. And it's an interesting cycle. Like, I really observe, I'm very self-reflective, and I observe all these things within myself. So I notice that, I don't consume, or I don't create 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. That leads to more consumption. More consumption leads to less motivation, less drive, less desire to create, and more desire to just sit there and consume more, because it really is addictive. I mean, the people who make social media are psychological experts. That's a topic for another video. But this negative downward spiral has affected my mental and emotional health. Now, I'm still in a good place. And I mean, I'll just share this with you. I recently got a girlfriend, and so that's amazing. Like, I'm enjoying certain areas of my life to the fullest, but then this area of my life has a very strong impact on my mental, emotional health. And I have a very strong routine in the morning of meditation, breath work. I have not been journaling as much as I want to. I would need to get back into that. And then I have a very strong routine of going to the gym on every single day that I don't work. Some day, no. When I do work, I don't have time for it. It's just my schedule. It has no time for it. But on the days that I don't work, I've been going to the gym every single day of the week that I don't work. And I've been very disciplined in those 2 areas of my life. My morning routine and my gym discipline. But then the rest of the day, on my free time, when I'm not hanging out with my girlfriend or with my friends, I've just been pulled down into the passive consumption of content that is a negative downward spiral, and it has been affecting me. And so I am making this video to start getting myself out of it, to start sharing again, to be disciplined, to be vulnerable with you guys. I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't ever want to pretend like I'm perfect, as a lot of people on social media do. I feel like nowadays we're getting a little bit more real and raw stuff, like what I'm sharing with you. But nobody's perfect. Social media is a highlight reel, and don't compare yourself to other people. Anyways, what I am going to be doing to get myself out of it, because I've been in places like this before, and I've been super locked in, super focused. And when I compare the two of wanting to do things to work towards my dream and not doing it, versus wanting to do things to work toward my dream and doing it consistently every day, or at least 5, 6 times a week, I feel way better mentally, emotionally, physically, much more energy, more motivated, more driven, more passionate, more in love with life when I am doing the things that maybe are uncomfortable. Maybe I don't necessarily want to do them, but I know that these are the things I have to do to move me towards my goals. I feel so much better when I'm doing that versus when I'm procrastinating, passively consuming whatever. And so to get myself out of this rut, which I'm starting now, and I'm going to share with you guys now, I will continue my going to the gym have my morning routine dialed in. Get even more dialed in though. Do some more journaling. Get my nighttime routine dialed in. When I'm going to bed, I have not had a good routine going to bed. Need to get off of the screens an hour before bed. Need to journal. Need to do some reading. Do some meditation. Do some prayer. And wind myself down to get ready for the next day so that I can have a good start to the day. Because our mornings are defined by our nights, and I've not been going to sleep at good times, and that has impacted my morning routine. And it's like I've just, if you can tell, you can probably tell, I've been overthinking a lot of things. My mind is just going a million miles an hour about so many different things. And being on social media does not help. Scrolling on social media does not help at all. Getting outside in nature more, which I do quite a bit, but even more. Getting off of the phones, off of the screens, off of the televisions, more writing, more journaling, more reading, even more forms of exercise. Not like necessarily as intense as the gym, but just going on a walk every day, going on a hike, doing some qigong, stuff like that I used to do at different periods of my life that I haven't been as disciplined with, that have made me feel so good, and I know will be helpful for any of you watching. And so I think I've shared enough of my story without rambling on. The last thing I want to leave you guys with, if you're still here, if you are, appreciate you. Thank you for watching. You're an OG. But the last thing I want to leave with you guys is, look at your life. Where are places that you feel like you're falling short? And especially as a man, we have to have a direction and a sense of purpose in our lives. I think what women definitely need it too. Everybody needs it, but it's even more important for a man to have a purpose, a sense of direction in your life, to know where you want to go, know where you are going, and work towards that. Because if not, then you're just floating around in space, getting thrown around by whatever is in your environment, whatever you let into your mind, and the people you spend your time with, which could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. And so, first and foremost, let's take a look and reflect on our lives. Okay, what am I doing throughout the day that I want to do less of? What am I not doing that I want to do more of? Spending an hour in the morning right after you wake up, 1 hour or so before you look at your phone. Before you go to bed, about for an hour, no phones, no screens, no technology. Reconnecting with yourself. Finding that peace, because ultimately, in my life experience, the most important thing to me is my internal peace. And one of the best ways to cultivate that, in my experience, is through discipline. Disciplining the mind to not worry, not be anxious, not think about stuff that I don't need to think about. Discipline my body to do the things I know I need to do, regardless of if I feel like doing them or not. And again, disciplining my mind, my thoughts, to think positively and constructively about myself, about my goals, about my dreams, about everything that I want. And I guarantee you guys, if you reflect on your life, you really sit down and think and write it out if you need to, is very helpful, about where you feel like you're going, I don't want to say wrong, but where you feel like you're not meeting your standards, and how you can adjust so that you can do that. Because when we can control our state of being, which is heavily affected by everything we do, think throughout the day and consume throughout the day, if we can control our state of being, then we can have a much stronger influence and impact on our own lives, and have a greater sense of direction towards our goals, and reach them faster than we might think we can right now. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Again, I just wanted to be real, raw, vulnerable with you guys, and start my journey on YouTube again. So I appreciate you for watching. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Love others. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.